Hello and welcome back to the Colony with Man and the Antz. Welcome back to Empires of the Undergrowth. So today, last time we did a free play we didn't do too well, did we? So we will go back to free play at some point. A couple of you also pointed out that the achievements, the Steam achievements, have now been added to the game. So maybe at some point we'll start going through those and trying to see so if we can get some of the more tricky ones of those. But today is a little bit of a sort of a mid-ground. Ease me back into it as it's been a little while since I played. I thought we'd have a go at the battle arena, which we haven't done for some time. I did this a little while back and we played around mainly with armies of spiders, which was a lot of fun. What I didn't do though is use any of the uber creatures, which I wasn't aware you could spawn at the time, but I was told in the comments from that video that you could spawn them by holding down the spawn button for 5 seconds, so we're going to have a bit of a go at that. Before that though, I thought what I would do, is it's been some time, is I would give you an update on my ant colonies. So here we have my ant colonies all on a little display table that I have. So I have 3 Lasius niger colonies. This is one of the newer colonies. There are 2 which are the same age, which are a little newer. You can see some of the workers running around there and the queen in her test tube underneath there, which looks like she's got lots of eggs and larvae and stuff, which is lovely. This is the Lasius flavus I caught last year. She didn't lay anything last year, but after coming out of hibernation, she does have a little pool of eggs, which is wonderful. This is the Campanatus turkistanus. So she laid when I got her last year, but then ate the eggs and didn't lay again. But this year she has laid again. It's just a bit of a closer look at her there. You can't quite see them there, but in the previous shot you can see the eggs just on the edge of the heat map. The eggs have just turned into larvae, so you can see the little black dots in them. This is one of my newer species. This is a Theodolflavera. So she hasn't gone through hibernation, but she does have quite a lot of workers that she came with already. I think we're going to flick back to her in a second. This is just with one of the other Lasius niger colonies you can see with lots of cocoons there. Yeah, here's a slightly better look at that Theodolflavera. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but you can just see there some of the eggs and cocoons at the very bottom there, and the ants are very, very small. You just see one running around here. You can see compared to a mealworm how tiny they are. So this is my original Lasius niger colony. This is the one that I poisoned last year accidentally, and she stopped laying eggs last year. But after coming out of hibernation, and unfortunately annoying her a bit there, you can see that there are loads and loads of eggs, and they're split across 2 chambers as well. They brought in a mealworm to eat, and there's a slightly closer look there. You can see one of the ants in the middle there just moving a bundle of the eggs around, which is wonderful, wonderful to see. So she's gone back to being nice and happy. And finally we have a Mesobarbarus over here. New Mesobarbarus, because unfortunately my original one didn't make it out of hibernation, so they have a new outworld which I've set up for them there, which I actually made myself all the decor. I put all the grout in and put the decorations in. And again, a slightly closer look at her there. So they are very, very chunky. So the Mesobarbarus workers, which are small, they do have majors as well. So they are the small version of the workers, are about the same size as the Theodol queen. So quite a huge discrepancy. So she's actually a very, very active queen. When she got her first few workers and I attached the outworld, she was actually the one who ran out and checked out the outworld before her workers. So I attached the outworld, she ran up and had a look at the entrance and ran back into her test tube. About an hour later I looked, she was in the outworld, checking out all the food, climbed up the wall, fell off, grabbed a mealworm and ran into the test tube with it. So that was quite unusual. Not sure that's actually a good thing, but there we go. Anyway, on to the battle arena. So I don't really have a particularly set plan of what I'm going to do, it's just a bit of a play around. So, right, let's get a medium-sized hermit crab spawned in, of an uber variety, that is. There we go, wonderful. Change it over to the right team. And let's think then, how many do we think we're going to need? If we do... we've got 5 of each. Does that even look like 5? I clicked it 5 times, so we'll assume that that worked, but it doesn't really look like it at all, does it? Oh no, it's about right, it's about right. So how do 5 of each do against it? Let's get another one spawning while we wait. Barely even touch it, look. Barely even touch it. I spawned one on that side now, haven't I? Which actually means he's going to fight that thing when that immediately destroys them. Yeah, they barely touched it. Look, that's crazy. So this one here, the one on the right, the red one, should win. Just because that one's got slightly less health. He says. So what if we spawn in... and then on this side a couple of medium spiders and send them all to battle. The spiders will be quite weak, but when they get there, they're not really going to be attacked by anything. Oh no, they are going to be. I thought they would keep on attacking, but look how much damage they do, though. It's crazy how dangerous the spiders are. Anyway, we need to restart that, because we actually just want to play around with the hermit crabs. So let's get another uber hermit crab spawned in. Check that he's an uber. He is indeed. Then on the right then, so let's go for 5 times as much, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, of course, these are all level 1. So increasing the level will obviously make a pretty major difference. But let's see how 15... He's just going to wait around. Let's see how 15 do. Again, barely touching it, look. Barely touching it. Let's put them up to level 3. So I think we're going to... Well, let's say that. We're going to have to probably restart again just for speed's sake. I'm going to try and get a baseline of what it takes to take out an uber hermit crab. That's what I'm trying to do here. That's my plan. So let's get another one of those spawns, which I could have done already. That was my mistake. So he should be an uber. He is indeed. Okay, so if we do level 3 and we do 15. On the wrong side. Right, restart level. Although it'd make it more cluttered, I think I would actually prefer it if there was a one of these for either side, so you could ease the speed of spawning, or make it that left click spawned on the left and right click spawned on the right. I would quite like that. Right, so 15 level 3s on the right. 1, 2, 3. So we saw how little they did against him previously. Let's see how these guys do. So you can see the health is ticking down definitely faster. Not as fast as I thought it would, to be honest. I thought 15 and level 3 ranged wood ants would be a lot more disastrous, but that is not the case at all. I'd like to say they're going to win, but he's about to fight through all of the melees. At that point, he's going to rinse through the ranged. So I think they'll win, but I think it's going to be close. I mean, yeah, they're all basically dead. There's only 2 wood ants left with full health. That is pretty much our benchmark then, isn't it? Okay, so that is what it takes to destroy an uber hermit crab. So how do they do against, what about just one large whip spider? Oh, I spawned 15 level 3 whip spiders on the same side. Okay, as I've done that, let's just do something silly, shall we? 15 of those. This is on the other side and spawning them now. What should we go for? They're quite tough. 15 of those. And yeah, we'll have 15 of those. Right. Not at all my intention, but okay, we're going to go silly straight away. I mean, they're barely touching the whip. The whip spider's got such a massive area of effect, haven't they? That's the thing. So let's get some massive wolf spiders in there, because the whip spiders have absolutely devastated everything. We'll get in some hermit crabs as well, just to slow them down. Tiger beetles go. Some of these fancy beetles down here. Praying mantises can get involved as well. Battle, battle, battle. Go, go, go. You can see they are doing some damage now, because the score for the left ones is slowly going up. Oh, that's interesting. So yeah, the left is definitely going to win there, but the whip side is mainly because they all started backing away. Good defensive maneuver, I guess. Let's chuck some army ants in on the other side then and see what happens there. You'd imagine that the praying mantises would be pretty devastating against them. We still have some of the beetles in there as well. That's what it is. Of course, it's the beetle spray, isn't it? That's what caused the whip spiders to run away like that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, they won. You know what I'd also like to... Well, that's a very even score, isn't it? What I'd also like is, rather than just having these here or having these figures, would be to have like a score number. So I could spawn a score of, 5,000 medium crickets, or as close as, and then 5,000 army ants and see what happens. That would be quite interesting, I think. Right, let's drop the quantity back down to 1, because that's obviously crazy. I'm going to change the level back to 1 as well. I don't know if the level applies to other creatures, but just in case, let's spawn ourselves a Uber Hermit Crab. No, do we want an Uber Hermit Crab? Well, we've got one. Okay, I'm not sure I did want one, but we've got one. What am I going to do with him? Well, we know it takes 15 and level 3s of each of those to take him out. So what does it take? I mean, those are going to take a lot, aren't they? What does it take if we spawn 15 each of... That seems like too much. What if we do 10 of each on the left of the leaf cutters? It's the mages that are going to really tip the balance there, isn't it, you'd have thought? They've got no ranged attack, but the mages are really just going to... You'd have thought really tank him completely, because obviously the mages, they can almost have like a tiered attack, so the mages can stand over the medias as they both attack at the same time, which is unique to the mages of the leaf cutters in the game, which is interesting. Yeah, so very much looking like they are going to destroy him. Yeah, so we'll let them run on then, and we'll spawn another... I don't think it matters. Do you know what, let's test it. Let's spawn a single level 3 Uber Hermit Crab. I'm going to pretend there's a ting, and he is a major, yes, an Uber even. Right, and then let's do 15 of this. So this again should be close, but you'd still expect them to win. Looking good so far. This is just me testing to see if the level 3 makes any difference to the Hermit Crabs. I'd like to see different arenas, I think, for the battle arena. Or maybe even more sides. Like, you got this one long one here. Why not have like a circle and you could have like 4 enemies? 4 different groups you could spawn at once to attack each other. That'd be fun. And then you could assign colours to them. So you could have like the top and bottom being a member of one team and the left and right being a member of another team. And they all meet in the middle for big old Barney. So not quite as close as the previous time. Not quite as close, but it's definitely proved that level 3 makes no difference to the uberness of the Hammer Crush. I didn't think it would, because as far as I was aware, the enemy creatures didn't have... Just spawned 15. Just spawned 15 Uber Hermit Crabs. Right. Bit of a mistake again, but let's figure out what we can do with that, shall we? So we've got 15 hermit crabs. What should we do? I do like the wool spiders. Let's bring in 15 tiny, small, and I'll put them all on the same side. Oh, wow. Okay, they're massively overstacked. Right. So let's just make a massive ant army, shall we? If we do 15 of all the non-workers. So there should be quite a pile over there. So numbers are on the side of... Oh my word. I was going to say that, but yeah, of course all the spiders as well, isn't it? So really going to be relying on the level 3 range, I think, to do any major damage to the spiders to start with. So I think a lot of the spiders are actually gone. I can still hear a few of them and see their legs kicking, but that's mainly them gone. There's no way this lot are going to beat the hermit crabs, though. 15 uber hermit crabs is a preposterous amount. So let's spawn in some more for them, shall we? Another 50. That's 30 of each we had then. It's not even going to be close, is it? It's not even going to be close. Have 15 crickets as well. It's absolute chaos, isn't it? It is absolute chaos. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Don't even know. I mean, that hermit crabs are absolutely decimating them still, aren't they? Crickets are slowly being whittled down. What is it going to take to get rid of the... They might just start despawning where they are there. So let's just spawn in. I mean, let's just go... Oh, I was going to say let's just go crazy. I went a bit too crazy and went a bit too far down. Spawned in 15 whip spiders again. Right, let's stop that chaos because that's mental. Right, so let's just put the level up to 3, so we know that's already there. We will have 1 uber medium hermit crab, please. Which I think is good to go there. Yes, perfect. And then on the right. So we're trying to get a sensible number for what we need over here. So 10 was too much. So let's try 7. 7 of each of them. Let's see how that goes. Battle, battle, battle. So it's obviously a massive apologies for the huge delay in between videos. I'm finding it a little bit more of a struggle than I was anticipating. Having a newborn baby, working full time from home and trying to do stuff for the channel. Right now it's getting a little bit on top of me. A lot to do with a newborn baby. Unsurprisingly to absolutely nobody. So yeah, so apologies for that. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things again. It might just take me a little bit longer than anticipated, but I'll get there. I will get there. Certainly not going to be giving up on the channel. And it does mean that the streaming is going to be probably not happening for a couple more weeks. We're just trying to get the baby a bit settled, a bit more into a routine. She's just hit, what's she now, about 6.5 weeks? So not quite a routine yet. I think that comes about 6 months, but she should hopefully start settling a bit. Although there's growth spurts. Every week there's a new growth spurt, it seems. So they still absolutely devastated him, didn't they? So maybe just 5 of each then. Maybe just 5 of each. Should be an Uber. It is indeed. So 5 each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, damn it. Right, we're not going to play around. We're not going to play around and just have some fun with that. We're just going to restart the level. Do that again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now. Yes? Yes. Right. On the left. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. How's that going to go? Of course, we are getting too long. I'd clicked that there were 4 things there. Again, because of the baby, I am quite tired all of the time, so I hadn't really clicked. But we are actually spawning double the number of mages, aren't we? So we've got the taunt mages and the stun mages. I did think earlier, I was like, I wonder whether the taunt or the stuns that I'm spawning. It didn't occur to me at all that I am, of course, spawning both. So maybe we'll just pick one of those and go with it. And the taunt will be absolutely useless against it. So maybe we'll go with the taunts. It's a lot more even though, isn't it? I mean, even is a strong word. They're still going to fairly substantially win. But if you concentrated over here, you could probably take out a good 3 or 4 without barely even... And there's 2 there. 1 hit would take them out, I think. Oh, he's doing alright, isn't he? He's doing all right. Yeah, that's about as close as you're going to get it, really, isn't it? If he'd have focused on that one, I was going to say, if he'd have focused on that to start, he would have won, but he did win. So that is about as close as it's gonna get. So 5 each of those. So what I think we'll do now then, 5 each of those versus 15 each of those. Now in theory, this should be close because this is the same force that is roughly required to take out a Uber Hermit Crab. In theory. In practice, will the ranged numbers make much of a difference? Or will the devastating crushing power of the majors just absolutely overwhelm the melees? The only 15 melees they've got, of course, who are going to hold the front line from the leafcutter armies. So you can see the health of them from the ranged attacks that are going down astronomically fast. But it's whether they can battle through that front line. In fact, I just thought we should have a little look at that. I think we'll have a little bit of a closer look. Oh, that's a cracking picture there, isn't it? Look at that. That's what I wanted. There we go. I'm trying to get a good look at this guy over here who's just freaking right out. Like, what is happening with his head? He has no idea what's going on. I think he's just died. I think that's what's happened. Because he's not quite as low as that one there, that dead one. So I think he's just fallen onto his back. But just as an attack's coming in as well. Oh, we just lost all the spit stuff. All the ranged splash effects. I do love shots with the ranged workers, and I think they look so cool. Right. Oh, hello. Interesting. Not that close at all, was it? Not that close at all. The ranged really makes a massive difference when you've got the numbers there, which isn't overly surprising, of course. We know that's what the ranged are good for. So, he says. I don't think you can spawn an Uber Whip Spider, can you? 2, 3, 4. I'm about to spawn 5 of them. Don't do it. Ah, damn it. Damn it. So yeah, there are no Uber Whip Spiders yet. But if we spawn... Is one Uber Whip Spider comparable to a Hermit Crab? Damn it, same level. Same side even. Again, I'm pretty sure the level's going to make no difference to the Whip Spider, so I'm fine with that. Let's find out. You'd have thought the Whip Spider would be much more devastating just because of, again, its range, its area of effect attack. So he's actually already taken out the range. The melee haven't managed to hold him back far enough. In fact, he's only attacking the range. He's not attacking the melee at all there, look. There's a little bit of health gone from him, but not much at all. Ooh, interesting. Don't think I've seen that attack before. So, most of the melee... Oh, that's very interesting, isn't it? So they managed to defeat him, but all died in the process. To a man, or to a lady, I should say, they died. So how does that compare to the same force from the leafcutters that it took to almost defeat her? Remember, they didn't actually quite beat the Hermit Crab, but it got close. I'm not sure what difference this is going to make, really. They're all melee again, which I think doesn't help. They've beaten back a little bit, look. But their numbers are dwindling. Yeah, comfortably beat him, but they're still poisoned. Some of them are escaping. Yeah, that's interesting. So they were definitely a bigger force against the whip spot. It's the number things again, though, isn't it? So they're better against one large creature, whereas the ranged ones are better against groups of creatures, which we all know that, but still interesting. Okay. So, can you get Uber? I don't think you can get Uber grasshoppers, can you? Or praying mantises. Let's find out. Holding down just a little bit longer to make sure. Oh, you can. Oh, a purple one as well. Okay. Now, they're not going to be particularly, compared to a hermit crab, I don't think they'll be as bad. So let's spawn 3 of them. And then we'll put them up against the wood ants. Now, I think this will be a bit much for the wood ants. Let's find out. I'll put them on the same team again. Darn it, that's so annoying. So annoying. Right, let's do that again. In fact, what I could just do is hit the mic, so it's probably made quite an annoying noise for you guys, so I apologise for that. Right, 3 spiny uber large crickets, please. Merci. And then on the right, 15. 1, 2. Oh. I've done 2 lots of mortars rather than a mortar and a rapid. Do you know what? Let's see how it goes. The mortars would probably be more beneficial. Well, they're a lot tougher than I anticipated, actually. A lot tougher than I anticipated. Wow, yeah. That is not going to go anywhere at all. Let's spawn 1. And then we'll try it against 1, I think. I really overestimated how strong they were compared to the hermit crabs. I thought the hermit crabs just had so much more health than everything else that it would take a much bigger force to be comparable. He's on the wrong side, isn't he? That's fine. We'll just spawn him on the other side. And then they will apparently very slowly destroy him. Okay. No, let's just restart. No time for faffinness, which is a word. Don't look it up. Right, let's get 1 uber. And there he is. And then let's try him against 15. 1, 2, 3. Go. And let's see what happens there. Taken a lot longer to whittle down the melee ants, but he's halfway gone now and they are about halfway dead. But I think he's going to take them out before he goes, and it's how fast again he can get through the ranged, isn't it? No, I was wrong. He's actually going to be... So he is definitely weaker than the hermit crab, but I mean just as a general, not just in terms of health. Okay. Okay. Let's try that. So, like I say, this episode is just me. It's just me playing around. It's just me experimenting, having some fun, just getting my head around how some of the enemies balance off against each other, which is interesting. What I might do next time is unless there are any other particular suggestions, is I might do like a aggrandize, was the kind of the roguelike mission that they included in the beta, which has now made its way into the full version of the game. So I might take a look at that. What I meant to say as well, on the main page now, it does display the 2 other games that Slug Disco are championing as publishers, which are Beetle Uprising and Ecosystem. Ecosystem they've been doing for quite a while. It's not being released. I think there's a demo for it. I've been meaning to play the demo for a while and put it on the channel, but I haven't quite got there. Interestingly, the cricket has absolutely devastated the leaf cutters. Or did I only do 1 of each? No, there's more than 1 there, wasn't there? Yeah, no, definitely, because they're doing 4 ants otherwise. That's interesting. Can we get Uber? Oh, we can. Oh my word, that's going to be crazy. Let's try them against these first. So yes, Ecosystem, which looks like a very interesting kind of evolutionary sort of game, I suppose. I haven't played it. I've just seen the very interesting pictures that Slug Disco put up on their Twitter page, or they retweet, showing the various amazing sort of aquatic animals that have been created in the game. So interested to try that out. And I say the other one is, immediately one down, is a game called Beetle Uprising, which is a game that's been out for a few years now. It's in early access. It didn't have any updates for a couple of years, but they have updated it again recently. And essentially the developers from Slug Disco took a look at the game, played it a bit, and realized that it had a really deep and intricate genetics system underpinning it all. So that's when they decided to help out the developers and start championing and pushing and advertising, marketing, taking on essentially the publishing role. So I'm quite interested to take a look at that and see what it's like as well. They've sent me a key for the game, so I'll be taking a look at that on the channel very soon. Apologies to Slug Disco if they're watching that I haven't done that already, because it was a few days ago now they gave me the key. But yes, I'll be taking a look at both of those games, hopefully very, very soon. Both of them look very, very interesting. He absolutely destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed them. Wow. So how would he fare? How would he fare against the leafcutter force? Ooh, sorry, mic stand apparently is right in the way today. One of the majors is, it's a media, wasn't it? Yeah. Immediately gone though, which is terrible news with the leafcutters. They do have fewer numbers. There's only 20 of these compared to the 45. I mean, did he even lose any health? Did he even lose any health? Wow. What if we combine their forces? Is that enough to take out? You might be able to hear the cat mewling in the background. Apologies if you can. Why didn't he spawn? Oh, he did. Just not on the map. Oh, it's because he's hidden, isn't he? Of course. So the wood ants got down to about half health, didn't they? And the leafcutters basically did nothing. But what should happen here is the leafcutter should hold him off for longer, giving the rage ants a chance to do more damage. So although the leafcutters are doing basically no damage themselves, as we saw from their pathetic attempt, they are holding the line, look. That's what they're doing. And quite comfortably, both groups have taken them out. All of the range survived, and a very small portion of the leafcutter forces. So both of those. So I wonder. So in theory, if you're just doing it in a very illogical, obvious, and thoroughly incorrect manner, how will one of those fare against two Uber hermit crabs? Now, I'm fully expecting the hermit crabs to be absolutely devastated. But there's a vague, terrible logic which says that if the group which takes out that and the group which takes out that can take out that, maybe they'll be able to take it out together. But the problem with them is, of course, their attack is very low compared to the devastating effect of 30 ranged ants hailing fire down upon you. So you might just be able to see there is a very tiny amount of his health bar gone, but not much at all. He's almost taken out one of them. Is he going to get a chance to heal up? I don't think he is. So he's taken out 50% of the attacking force, and yet not a bit of his health has gone. Look. Look at the little clacking of his claws. Vaguely attempting to do any kind of damage whatsoever. So again, just highlighting what we already knew, isn't it? That different enemies are just like a rock, paper, scissors thing, you know. And against single enemies, mantises are very, and groups, I mean, they're very good against everything. They're very devastating creatures, aren't they? Okay. Okay, he says. What now? We haven't played around with trap jewels, have we? Would they be good against single creatures or multiple creatures? Oh, I don't know. I don't rightly know. I'm going to stick with... Oh, I'm spawning 2 of these now. Okay, that's happened. That's happened. Spawning 2 uber praying mantises. So what do we think we're going to need to take them out? Quite a lot is the answer to that, isn't it? Quite a lot. So let's make sure we're in the right lane. So let's spawn 2 of those. I should probably have spawned 4 of those, shouldn't we? I'll tell you what, we'll spawn 2 of those. We'll spawn 2 little ones. Oh, you can't get Ubers with the little ones. Unless I was just didn't... Look how tiny they are compared to the big ones. That's crazy. I love it. I love it. And then we'll do our leaf cutter force. And this force. No, that's way too overkill. So, no, because there's 2 of them, isn't it? Yes, it's 2 of them. And then I might chuck in... I don't think that's going to be enough. So let's chuck in 5 small tiger beetles. And 2 larger ones. Oh, well, you're going to be basically pointless, aren't you? Didn't realize you're going to be so slow compared to everything else. Ah. Not even close, is it? So the same ant force that can take out 1, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, absolutely devastated, look. Well, I say, yeah, absolutely devastated maybe is the wrong word, because they're not doing too bad. They've lasted a while. They've done about enough damage almost to take out 1. It's just because the damage is a little bit spread between the pair of them that it's not really had much of an impact on the actual outcome of the fight. Okay, let's get 2 more of those spawned. And let's find out what it takes to take them out, shall we? Yep, perfect. Right. so let's start off with what we had. So it's 15... Nope. Oh, that is very frustrating. Right. 2 Uber praying mantises, if you please. Oops. Press the key to try and scroll it sooner, but that didn't work. If you just run off for me, that'd be great, thank you. Interestingly... Oh, I was going to say, I didn't think the Ubers were much bigger than the other ones, but maybe they are, maybe they are. Right, so on the right, in the right corner, let's have our 15 wood ants. No, our 5 each of those. What else did we have? We had... We had 5 of those and 2 of those. And we had some hermit crabs as well. Did we have uber hermit crabs? I think we did, but let's not have uber hermit crabs. Let's just have, let's say 4 of those. We'll have 6 little ones. And then we'll have 5 of those. So it's not a major increase in force. Might just chuck in 5 jumping spiders as well. Well, that's 2 spiders gone straight away. The jumping spiders are basically useless, aren't they? It's hilarious. And these are like the reserve force coming in afterwards. This guy frozen up here? Doesn't seem to be moving, does he? Yeah, I'm not convinced. I think he might have broke. I think that one might have broke. That's definitely going to tip it in their favour. He's just entirely frozen. Has he forgotten that he's not supposed to? That he's supposed to be attacking stuff? Do you know what would be nice in this battle arena? It would be a way of storing certain armies. So if I could have stored what I had attacking them there. So I'd love to be able to just run that again, but it'd be just a little tricky to try and remember what I had in there, I think. Because that obviously didn't work as intended, did it? He's not just supposed to stop attacking things. So let's see if I can remember what we had there. Oh, it's on the wrong side again. Okay, right, so I've reset it every time. Now we're just going to go for a massive all-out fight. So yeah, we'll have a lot of things from this. Lots of tiny ones because they're horrendous. And then on the left, we'll do mainly from the rainforest, but not the mantises because we've already had mantises. So we'll have those, we'll have our normal forces there, we'll have 5 of those, some of those, we'll have some smaller, we won't go for the bigger whip spiders. We'll have a few jumping ones. So did I go for crickets? It's very hard to tell. I think there's the little green of a cricket there. We'll have some more of those on some medium crickets. Right. Army ants. And some of you. Go. Right. No idea what's going to happen here. I was going to say let's reset those scores before they go too far. I do love these just random chaotic battles of just insanity. You just got no idea what's going on, do you? Oh, look at him. So the right side is definitely inflicting a lot more damage. And I'm definitely not going to remember what I had attacking the 2 praying mantises yet, so I like absolutely destroyed them. Destroyed them! Okay, right. 2 uber praying mantises, if you don't mind. Let's have one final go at trying to get this balanced. Oh, that's fine. It's not made much of a difference. That's fine. I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm gonna leave that. We'll just give them the same. And that balances out on that side. And then 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give them some of these as well. What I'm trying to get is a really close fight. Like, I want basically like a handful of things to walk away from this. Let's try that. There's quite a sizable force over there. I think it might be a bit more than I really needed, actually. Might have gone a bit overboard. Yeah, I mean, holy crap. I know at the moment Age of Empires 2 is having a bit of a resurgence on Steam, isn't it? Because it's had the definitive edition, the lockdown and everything. It's really increased its popularity. It's scared they're going to get destroyed. And the reason I bring that up is I'm sure it's Age of Empires 2, which had a mission maker, essentially, where you could make a mission. And a friend of mine, we had a little challenge going. We had to try and make something which would be essentially what I'm trying to do here, make it as close as humanely possible, but doable. And he set up this like horrendous, like almost like a tower defense run for me, where I had to get from one end to the other of just this horrendous array of things attacking me. And it was so perfectly balanced. I got through, I think, with like 2 or 3 units, whatever they were. Some, like, obviously I started with like dozens, and I ended it with just like 2 or 3 managed to make it through. And it's just so perfectly, exquisitely balanced. And that's what I'm trying to achieve here. I did say that was going to be the last go, but obviously I lied. So we'll have one last go with this now. Would you go for just an ant army, I think? We'll go for just ants. What if we just do 5 of each type of ant? How will they fare? I mean, the health's not going down very fast, is it? And we're rapidly losing forces over here. Rapidly losing forces. Yeah, nowhere near enough. Okay, let's get... Let's get them spawned in again. Perfect. And let's go for 2 of each type of ant. 10 even. Where did 2 come from? I was going to say it's a much more sizable force. Obviously, it's twice as big as the previous force. That's how maths works. Doesn't feel like there are 20 range units there, does it? They're supposed to be. So one of them's gone, and there's a substantial force left over yet, isn't there? So clearly they're going to be very, very persuasive at killing this guy. So let's get another 2 spawned. Perfect. And let's try 7? 7 of each type. Oh, I've done it again. 2, 3, spawn them. And then 7 of each type of ant. go. Just hoovers them up from a distance, doesn't he? It's crazy. So one of them's almost, they've largely concentrated their fire, which is perfect. So one of them's almost 2/3 dead now. The other one's largely, let's say untouched is a strong word, but that's pretty good going. Ooh. I think he's healed up a couple of times, hasn't he? So he's just about snuck through. So there's a massive, massive difference between 7 and 10, isn't it? I keep thinking this is the last one, but I just, we'll try 8. I want to see what difference 8 makes. So they can get rid of one of them, which obviously halves the attacking power of the, where have they gone? The praying mantises. I should turn the tides completely. Right, go again. Right, 2 ants gone straight away. Perfect. The ranged guys have just got themselves involved. So again, they're largely concentrating their fire, which is perfect. So this guy is going down much faster than before, actually, because there's nothing attacking this second one at all. So all of the damage is going to one, which is exactly what I think you'd want to do in this situation. So really focus on getting rid of one of them at the cost of just sacrifice some of your units. So one of them's gone now, so they've immediately swapped over to the second one. And yeah, going from 7 to 8 is going to make a massive difference just because of the way they actually changed their attack slightly. So he's about half gone now. Gonna heal up a tiny little bit. See, this is more like it. This is pretty close. So he's about to finish off the melee units. He's gonna slowly work his way over to the ranged units. He'll go through them fairly fast, but only just one at a time. Yeah, that was close. So we know that 10 absolutely destroys them. We know that 8's fairly close, but doesn't quite make it. So what does 9 achieve? Does 9 take them out? Or do you need the full force of 10 each? So there's 2 gone straight away. All the melee are in there. The ranged are involved. They haven't split their attacks quite fully, but then no, they have actually. There's a little bit of damage done to this second one, but it still is. It might just be the splash damage from the mortars more than anything. So one of them is already dead, look. Just absolutely destroyed him. So yeah, 8 to 9 is that definite tipping point. Whereas 8's almost enough to hold them back, but 9 is more than enough to destroy them, it seems. I can't see this guy getting through all of this. Because how many is there? 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just 12 extra ants. Yeah, absolutely destroyed them. Right. Last thing, let's just do something silly. So we know that the little spiders are very, very tiny. Very, very tiny. What's the second smallest creature? Well, the little whip spiders are quite small, aren't they? No, not the little crickets. Probably would be the small army ants, wouldn't it? I think it would. Where did this guy even... Oh, that was one of the... Oh, yeah, it's one of those ones, isn't it? Also, putting them on level 1 would make them smaller again. So what is a level 1... Is that him? I think that's him, isn't it? Yeah, he's quite small. He's not quite as small as a tiny spider, but that's quite small. So let's just do something ridiculous to finish off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Against... We're going to need more of these, I'd have thought. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 250 tiny spiders versus 500 tiny army ants. Oh, see you later, frame rate. So the spiders are just about on top, looking at the scores. But I imagine there's going to be a tipping point when the army ants kill enough of these that they can stop having... I mean, I've got to get a closer look at that. That's crazy. I love the way that front line, this like very straight line, has established itself. There we go. Had my numlock off so it wasn't working. Look at that. That's amazing, isn't it? Well, that guy's... He's going to flank them. He's going to come at them from behind. Yeah, I can't see the spiders winning this, even if they got off to a good start. Oh, it's done that again. Not even close. Okay. Tiny spiders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go. What about another 250 tiny spiders? Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are slowly getting there, look. Well, they've done it there. So what if we just do that in one hit then? We turn off auto battle. If we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we didn't need all of them, so just maybe another couple. And then over on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go. And then see you later, frame rate. Absolute chaos. 6 frames a second it went down to. I do love the way that line forms because there's so many of them. I think that's amazing. Ooh, the spiders are kind of winning, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to start pincer moving them. Oh, they're surrounding them. Look, that is so awesome. Right, stop. Right there. Let's have a closer look at that because that looks amazing. That is class. Look at that. The final death throes of the army ant empire. Love that. Love that. Yeah, so all at once the spiders absolutely destroyed them. Right, I think that's about enough mucking around for today. Then I think I'm going to leave that there. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself there. It's nice just to do something with no consequences and just have a bit of a laugh. I enjoyed that muchly. Hope you enjoyed that as well. If you did, do click the like button. That's always hugely appreciated. Oh, these are the 2 games mentioned, which are down here. Look, Beetle Uprising and Ecosystem. Yeah, so if you fancy checking them out, you can. I'm sure you can click on them down there. Can you? No, you can't. Oh, you can. There we go. It does open up in a browser. So you can click on them down there, or you can just find them on Steam yourself if you want to. As I say, Beetle Uprising is currently available to purchase in early access. Ecosystem, I believe, is just a demo available at the moment prior to the release of the game, but feel free to check those out, and I will be checking them out myself hopefully very soon, so you'll be able to see what they are like for yourselves then and there. So if you've enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. As always, if you have any particular suggestions for what you'd like to see next week, if you want to see Aggrandize, which I believe was the roguelike version, then let me know. We'll have a go at that, because I believe that's in the game. Let me just check that to make sure, actually. It is, yes, and I'm pretty sure that was. Babysitting was the one we know very well, isn't it? I might just hit Aggrandize while I'm whittering on at the end here. We'll just see what it is. So like, comment, subscribe, all those good things. As I said, oh, it's not the one I thought, is it? It's not the, oh, okay. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm not too sure. You let me know what you want to see next week then. Maybe we'll have a go at doing some of the achievement things. That might be something that comes a little bit later on, though, because then it'll be a little bit time intensive, I imagine, trying to get some of those trickier achievements. So we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. Maybe we'll just start another free play and have a bit of fun with the free play again. As I said, streaming probably won't be happening for a couple more weeks yet, so just do keep an eye out. I will be letting you know when the videos up and coming, and I'll try to be a little bit more responsive at getting videos actually done as well, so I do more than one a week ideally. So hopefully I'll see you next time in Empires of the Undergrowth, and as always, thank you very, very much for joining me.